Stay dandy, baby.
One of the benefits that comes with not reading the manga version of My Hero Academia is that I never know when there's going to be a filler episode, and that's basically what we're gonna get in the latest episode of My Hero Academia, which sees the return of the undersea seal hero Selkie and of course his assistant Sirius. And I remember when I saw these two introduced in the series for the very first time, I was so impressed with their episode and how they gave some attention to Suyu Osui, Froppy the Frog Girl, and I just had so much fun watching that episode that I didn't even realize that it was filler until my commenters pointed it out to me, and I really loved that episode, and I have to say, seeing them return in the latest episode of the series actually got me kind of excited, and this was a decent episode overall, but really nothing groundbreaking here, and at the end of the day, it really serves as more of sort of a segue to the latest My Hero Academia movie. In fact, there's a post-credit scene which ties directly to that, so really this is just a big 20-minute commercial for that film. And, you know, I really don't have much to say about the My Hero Academia movies because, believe it or not, while I love the anime series, I've never actually seen any of the movie adaptations. And that's something that I think I've been sleeping on for quite some time, as I've heard they've actually been fairly exciting. But it's pretty standard stuff. I mean, these movie adaptations of these popular battle manga and anime series are always kind of the same. They introduce some one-off villains that our characters have to overcome. They beat them, that's the end, and it doesn't really have many major consequences on the rest of the series. Although I do really like when they're able to incorporate the current running anime into those films, as it does actually make them feel a little more important, despite the fact that you can probably skip them and it means nothing. But really, this episode right here was pretty standard stuff, with Selkie and his team going after these drug dealers who are using that booster drug that we've actually seen a number of times in My Hero Academia. Booster because you put that stuff in your neck and you basically amplify all of your quirks and your special abilities, and someone is trying to buy this, so they want to stop all of this from going on, and Selkie and Sirius decide to recruit the help from the Ryukyu agency, the Dragon Woman, and I was really excited to see her again because frankly she's just badass, and we actually get to see that, you know, not only is Suyu going to be working along, but we also have the return of Uraraka, Ochako, super cute floaty girl, and of course Nejire, who gets to do almost nothing in this episode aside from helping a plane land, but really it's just great to bring in those female characters in the show because they're just as enduring as the male cast, and it's good to see them actually do something. I mean, Suyu Osui is definitely one of the more popular characters from the series anyway. She always has been, I think, since she's been introduced. I mean, she has such a striking design and power, and she's just fucking adorable, to be perfectly honest. I mean, like, that's the whole point of her character. But basically, they join Selkie and Sirius again as they go on this adventure to stop these drug dealers on the ocean. And most of the episode is devoted to basically just being a standard beach episode of seeing the girls hang out on a beach. And basically, Selkie does this to boost their morale before they actually go out and go into this big fight scene where they're going to have to take down these drug dealers who are flying around and using this drug and blah, 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 blah. It's okay. That's the best way to describe it. It's just okay. It's kind of average. Like I said, though, it really just serves as a purpose, a tent pole, to remind you that, hey, the My Hero Academia film is coming out very soon, so make sure to pre-order your tickets now. Again, it's wholly inoffensive, and it certainly has some funny moments. I still think Selkie is a really great design, just the fact that he's a giant, super muscular seal man. I mean, he's basically All Might of the ocean, which I think is really great about his character overall. Sirius, I've always really liked her design with her weird fish ears and everything. But really, it's just kind of more of the same. There were some really cool moments, like at the very end when the drug dealers were trying to run away in the airplane. You had Sirius, who launched Uraraka on a friggin' harpoon, like in the air, and she used her floating abilities with her brand new costume, by the way, which was pretty cool, inspired by her weird interactions with Deku. And she makes her way into the plane. She uses that classic, I think his name is Gunhead or Gun Arm, like style martial arts to bring this guy down. And then, of course, you have Ryukyu and Nejire who help bring down the plane. Everybody's hunky-dory, blah, 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 blah. I'm also talking about another episode of the series today because I didn't watch this one last week, and then we got another one this week. And it pretty much focuses entirely of the dynamic between Shoto Todoroki and his family, except now he's bringing along Deku and Bakugo for the ride, but they're mostly just bystanders in this episode. In fact, a lot of this episode is filled with a lot of flashbacks, which feel a little unnecessary at times. I don't know. Really, they're just really trying to hammer in the fact that the Todoroki family is very splintered and has some major issues. But Endeavor is trying. He's trying to be a good father, and he's trying to change his ways, knowing that what he's done in the past is terrible, but it's not going to stop him from trying to be a good hero, a good father, and maybe even the potential of being a husband again. I don't think it's probably going to happen, but the fact of the matter is it's basically more of the same of Shoto and Fuyumi being okay with Endeavor and trying to work with him, and Natsuo just saying, fuck this shit, daddy's an asshole, I don't want to deal with his shit right now. That's basically the entire episode right there. Just more of that dynamic in that relationship, and really nothing has evolved from it. I do like the fact that Shoto and his sister are talking a little bit here and at least acknowledging that he messed up, but they're trying to, work with him just a little bit. It was kind of weird having Deku and Bakugo there, though, because, again, even Bakugo's like, why would you invite us over when all this crazy shit's going on? Don't talk about this stuff when we're around. This is not our business. And I actually found that kind of funny, and it did manage to cut through the tension a little bit. They also, again, continue to show that Endeavor really is just a big softie. He acknowledges his fuck-ups, and he's trying to learn from them, even acknowledging his long-lost son, Toya, which is very sad, of course, knowing that he had a son who passed away. So really, this whole Todoroki family thing is just completely broken, but they're trying to glue the pieces back together. And I can't wait to see where it's going to go. Of course, there's our obligatory post-credit scene for the episode with the Hamburglar walking around. I call him the Hamburglar because he's wearing black and white and he looks like he just busted out of jail. I don't know what the deal is. All I know is, while I did enjoy these episodes, they didn't blow me away. I'm ready for the next major part of the story. It felt like the whole Selkie thing and that story came at like the worst time possible, and this whole thing with Todoroki and his family just kind of feels like more of the same that I've actually seen before. I want to learn more about this whole Liberation Army thing that's going on, the League of Villains, what they're up to. I am just starving for that type of material at this point, and I really hope it's going to get to it in the next episode. So, what's the rundown on both of these episodes? I kind of broke it down entirely in everything that I had to say previous. That's just kind of my thoughts on all of them. I think they were kind of average episodes, to be perfectly honest. I mean, the Selkie one was entertaining. It had moments. If you like these characters, you're certainly going to enjoy a lot of things from them. It was both action-packed and cute and hilarious, and Selkie's awesome. I really love his character. Maybe one of the greatest filler characters that I have ever seen. It just felt like it came at the wrong time. I feel like this episode was it hit the brakes way too hard because the story was finally getting ready to pick up again, and it sort of deflated my balloon, so to speak. But still, it was very watchable and entertaining, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. And that's also what I'm going to give to the next episode. I think it was good material. I think there were way too many flashback sequences, and I feel like everything that we saw was basically just more of what we saw from the previous episodes of Shoto dealing with his family and stuff with Endeavor. It's just now other people were there to witness all of it. I mean, that was basically it right there. So I'm also going to give that one a 3 out of 5. But again, average is not necessarily bad. It just doesn't mean it's like going to blow you away or anything. It's not going to knock your socks off. But it's very watchable. It's something they should definitely check out. And of course, I'd love to hear your thoughts all about them. And you can tell me in the comment section below what you thought about the latest doses of episodes of My Hero Academia, what you hope to see from the next major storyline in the series. Do you hope we get back to this whole League of Villains thing? Something else might potentially happen. What's the deal with Hamburglar's ass? I don't know. Let's just talk about both of these episodes, the Selkie one, the Todoroki family drama, all in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. If you're liking this content, of course, make sure to, like the video. It's really easy to do. The YouTube algorithm loves when you hit that like button. It's super awesome. Think about checking me out on Patreon as well. Remember, first-time donators, I'll review an anime series of your choosing, as well as adding your name to this list of all these people you currently see on screen. They're pretty freaking awesome. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time, and as always, stay down there, baby.